Got some JackTuned Gibbah. I've got the engine for the square body here. Look at this beautiful thing. This is a Texas Speed 388 LSX 6-bolt. I believe they put it on their website. They call it their little phrase for it is just add boost, right? So this thing is, I mean, super nice. So what I'm working on right now, I am just cleaning the covers and stuff, the valve covers and the oil pan, so that I can seal it all up. I'm going to tape off the ports here, and because when I hoist it in the truck, I'm not going to put the intake on it yet. And make sure she's nice and cleaned up, put the mounts on it and drop it in. That's the plan for this afternoon. I've got the oil pan over here in the parts cleaner right now, just kind of getting a little bath. I do got to clean the crap out of it because it was full of bearing material from the old engine, but just letting it rinse out for a little bit, and then I'll brush it down and wipe it clean and get her done. Thing's got TI retainers, I think. Trunnion, ARP, everything. I can't remember what rods it has in it. I'll flip it over though. But this thing is beastly. It's got billet main caps. That's probably just standard with an LSX block. She's got some beef. Little TIG welded the reluctor on. I'm gonna show you guys the intake ports too. It's cool how they, oh actually the exhaust is done too. It's cool how they CNC machine the valve guide, the bronze guide for the flow. Like it's all port matched, even the guides. You can see the rocker arm bolts coming down through the top of the intake ports. It's kind of interesting. I should have a flashlight, but you guys can kind of see that. Pretty sweet. I got this fancy 3-piece damper going on the 388. And I just wanted to show you guys this little cheap installer tool that I got from Summit. It's short money. I think it was like definitely under 50 bucks. It was a while ago I bought it, but it's a good idea. You know, I see people hammering them on with hammering like a socket in front of the balancer, and that will just, I mean, that's going to hammer your thrust bearings on your crank. So you really got to like get the tool, man, do it right. Just wanted to drop that little knowledge bomb on you guys in case you're doing it the caveman way, beating on it. Okay, I found the manual online. And we want no more than 25 thousandths and no less than 20 between the floater disc and the bottom clutch disc. It looks like it's kind of deceiving. I can't get that 25 in there. And the 20, it's definitely got like 20 clearance. So we should be good. That's good because they don't give you shims for the floater disc. It's always wise to, before you tighten the pressure plate down, make sure that this guy slides in and out real easy. Because it does have some, you can get some slop in it before you tighten it. And then you'll just never get the input shaft in there without, I mean, you'd have to beat the thing to death probably. Alright, I just measured the throwout bearing depth on the to the pressure plate depth off the block, and we actually have somewhere between a 1/16 and an 1/8 inch of engagement. So I'm going to take a bunch of the shims out from behind the throwout bearing. So I'm thinking that just must be, I was just talking to Paul, the guy that owns the truck, and it must just be the difference between the LSX block and the factory block casting, because he says it had enough clearance before. So I'm going to tear that throwout bearings out of there and take some shims out and get that depth set so we can get that engine in here. So I targeted 3/16 of free play for the throwout bearing because they recommend an 1/8 to a 1/4 inch. So I just shot right for the middle of that, and I got it right on the money just by taking 3 of those thick shims and 1 thin one out, which left 2 thick ones in the trans behind the throwout bearing. So we're good to go. I'm going to hoist this thing up and stab it in there. Hey, so I got the engine in there. I had a little bit of a fight with the mounts because everything's kind of so low, and to get it with the input shaft, it was a really tight fit. So I actually didn't get it as easy as it looked in the time lapse. I had to fight with it quite a bit. So that's in there. I got 4 bell housing bolts on it holding it in there. The mounts are all, they're in, but they're loose. I think what I'm going to do now is grab the crank sensor out of the old motor, put that in there. Whatever is kind of hard to reach, you know, if I start putting manifolds on it, it'll be kind of hard to get to that stuff. So I'm going to do that. And yeah, there's one other thing I wanted to show you guys. I'm not going to film changing the crank sensor and that stuff, so I wanted to show you this company that I like for flap wheels and abrasive discs and everything else. Benchmark Abrasives. I think if you go on there right now, you can get a free sample pack for your first order of flap wheels. And they're so freaking good that I don't get the free thing anymore. I just pay for them, but I think it's like 12 bucks for shipping and you get 10 discs. It's like an assortment. I think there's 120, 80, 60, and 40 grit in here for your 4.5-inch angle grinder, and these things are awesome. I probably go through 3 packs a year, so 30 wheels a year maybe. They last a while. So this was like 37 bucks or something, or 33 for that's like full price. I didn't get a deal on them or nothing. And they were packaged by One Leg Peg. They got all kinds of clever names they put on those. And 10% off my next order. So that's cool. And these stickers are pretty badass. Cool, that's all you guys for JackTuned Gibbah this week. Just little tidbits, clutch setup, whatever. I don't know, I'm just keeping you guys up with what I'm doing. I did a whole bunch of VATS unlock ECMs this week. I think I did 3 this week, and I did 1 the end of last week, so that's kind of rare. I don't really ever do 4 in like 10 days. So guys are getting those summer projects going and starting to fire them up, so that's cool. I got 3 cars coming in for tunes in the next 2 weeks as of now. And I still got to get back on Ron and get him wrapped up for chassis cert. Ron Burgundy. So, yeah man, as usual, stay tuned. Thanks for watching.